नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 6, Verse 13. Tam tvam vayam nata samujjihanam sarojana chire sitartham drishtva gata nirvritam adya sarve gajadavarta iva gangamam bhaha. Elephants afflicted by a forest fire become very happy when they get water from the Ganges. Similarly, O my Lord, from whose navel grows a lotus flower, since you have now appeared before us, we have become transcendently happy. By seeing your Lordship, whom we have desired to see for a very long time, we have achieved our ultimate goal in life. So beautiful words. Since you have now appeared before us, we have become transcendently happy. By seeing your Lordship, whom we have desired to see for a very long time, we have achieved our ultimate goal in life. The devotees of the Lord are always very eager to see the Supreme Lord face to face. But they do not demand that the Lord come before them. For a pure devotee considers such a demand to be contrary to devotional service. So the first thing, as we repeatedly keep saying, that we have to desire. The desire in spiritual life is the key for progress. We have to desire. Not materially, but spiritually. Shastra says materially, we should be disconnected, detached. But spiritually, we should be attached, we should be desirous, we should be greedy. So materialists can't understand this spiritual greed. They can't understand it. Because all they can understand is material greed, which is what this whole material world is about. But spiritual life is about spiritual greed. Laulyam ekam aulyam. That is the only value that we should have, is spiritual greed. Rupa Goswami says that if one wants to achieve Krishna, it's only possible by greed. You can achieve Vishnu by following Vaidhi Bhakti.
Can you repeat, Prabhu? If you want Krishna, you should. What was that?
If we want Krishna, then we need to have spiritual greed to achieve Krishna. But to achieve Vishnu, we can do Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti can take us to Vaikuntha. But without greed, we cannot go to Goloka. Because achieving Krishna is not simple. It's not easy. And the means to develop this greed is to hear Shravanam. Shravanam is the key. Shravanam from those devotees who have greed, or who have already reached a state of perfection. Like when we are hearing from Prabhupada and other great Vaishnavas, they have already crossed this stage, in the sense that they don't have to be taught to develop greed because they already have greed. They have greed, and at the same time they realize that it's not easy because we can't demand Krishna. Krishna, now come. I've been practicing Krishna consciousness for so many years. You have to come. No, we can't say that. So devotees feel that way helpless, saying that Krishna coming is not in my hands. Krishna coming is in Krishna's hands. He has to be pleased. Sevan mukehi jivado. Swayameva spuratyada. Swayameva. He himself. Spurati means reveals himself, manifests himself. He himself. So that price that we pay to please Krishna is this spiritual greed. It's very, very important actually. This is the heart of our devotion. Talking to somebody who was saying that, I've been curtailing my desires, spiritual desires. I said, why? That is not devotion. That is not devotion. Devotion is not to curtail desires, but to make sure that the desires are authentic, authorized, that we are not speculating about something. That's all that we have to be careful about. But desires should not be stopped. Spiritual desires should not be stopped. In fact, we should allow it to grow to such an extent that they become greed. And that is possible only when we give up material desire, material greed. La, puja, pratishtha, all these kinds of things which will materially bind us. And here Prabhupada is also saying, pure devotee considers demand. What demand? To even see Krishna to be contrary to devotional service. So we can understand exalted state of pure devotion. We can't demand, we can desire. We can't demand. Of course, devotees in Braja, they will even demand. Krishna, you come here. And Krishna is not coming. Yashoda Mata sends Rohini. Krishna and Balram are playing since morning. They have not come for breakfast, for lunch. Nanda Maharaj is waiting. Yashoda, then Rohini Mata comes. Rohini Mata calls Krishna, Balaram, come. No response. Rohini Mata is very soft. So then she goes back and tells Yashoda, Yashoda, you only have to go. Then Yashoda goes and calls Krishna Balram. They're still playing. And she says, no, your father Nanda Maharaj is waiting for you to have lunch. Then suddenly they'll demand, you have to come. So, but we should not imitate this. So even if somebody wants to develop Vatsalya Rasa for Krishna, we should only follow in the footsteps of Yashoda Mata, not imitate her. So we can't imitate these perfected souls, Krishna's most dear devotees. We can desire. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches this lesson in his Shikshastaka. Adarshanan marma hatam karotua. The devotee is always eager to see the Lord face to face. But if he is broken-hearted because he cannot see the Lord, even life after life, he will never command the Lord to appear. This is a sign of pure devotion. Therefore, in this verse, we find the word Ati Chira Ipsita Artham, meaning that the devotee aspires for a long, long time to see the Lord. So this also means that it might take us long, long time to see Krishna, which is disheartening, which is discouraging. No, it's not discouraging. Because we've already been wanting to see Krishna for many, many lifetimes. If today we are feeling that we want to see Krishna, if we have a sincere desire, greed to see Krishna, that means that we've been wanting this for many, many lifetimes. And we are fortunate that way because we've come to that stage where we are desiring that, which means that the goal is near. You should not think that, oh, no, I'm desiring now. Maybe still it is going to take me multiple lifetimes. No, not required. But we should understand that it's not cheap to see the Krishna. It's not cheap. It's not like easy. We do some kind of bhakti, but we really don't have sincerity, seriousness, commitment. We think that material life is only important. These devotees, these kind of devotees, they can't expect to see Krishna. It is in the current state. If the Lord by his own pleasure appears before the devotee feels extremely happy. What to say? Can we describe that? No, just imagine if Krishna manifests. We can't imagine it. We don't know what's going to happen to us when that happens. The least to say that devotee becomes extremely happy. Actually, maybe a devotee goes crazy. That's the right word. Because actually what happens when Krishna manifests himself is that all the senses are independently wanting to serve Krishna. Now all the senses are under our control. Now there's mind is controlling senses. So, mind can say tell one sense, relax and focus on some other activity like that. That is considered sanity. But when Krishna manifests, we become insane because mind loses control. Senses are so much attracted to Krishna that each sense wants to act independently. So eyes want to go left, ears want to go right, tongue wants to go somewhere, skin wants to go somewhere. So the jiva will be torn apart. And in that state, he becomes unconscious because body cannot deal with this kind of contradictory actions. So it results in pralaya, in a sense like material body can't deal with it. Just can't deal with it. Then again, Krishna has to give mercy to bring the devotee back to consciousness. So it's more than just being extremely happy. As Dhruva Maharaj felt when he personally saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When Dhruva Maharaj saw the Lord, he had no desire to ask the Lord for any benediction. Indeed, simply by seeing the Lord, Dhruva felt so satisfied that he did not want to ask the Lord for any benediction. Swami Kritarthosmi Varam Nayachi. In Swami Kritarthosmi, I'm feeling obliged, I'm feeling, Kritartha. Varam Nayachi. Now I don't want to ask for any boon, any benediction. Pure devotee, whether able or unable to see the Lord, always engages in the Lord's devotional service, always hoping that at some time that Lord may be pleased to appear before him so that he can see the Lord face to face. We have to live in this hope, saying that one day Krishna is going to reveal himself to us. And he will reveal. He will reveal because that's the promise of the Acharyas. That's the promise of the process of devotion. What should we be thinking? When will that day come? When will that day come? When I will be able to see Krishna face to face. And this is the mood of Vipralamba Seva. Vitralamba means separation. Shikshastakam, Gaitam Nimeshena Chakshusha Pragashaitam Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahenam. Viraha, separation is this. When will I see Krishna? And if one develops devotion in this mood, then definitely he will achieve perfection. There's no doubt. Satvam vidit swakila lokapala vayam yad arthas tava padamulam samagataste bahirantaratman kimvanya vignapyam ashesha sakshinaha. My Lord, we, the various demigods, the directors of this universe, have come to your lotus feet. Please fulfill the purpose for which we have come. You are the witness of everything from within and without. Nothing is unknown to you. Therefore, it is unnecessary to inform you again of anything. This I keep telling again and again. We don't have to go and tell anything to Krishna. Krishna knows everything. Still, he chooses to do whatever he chooses to do. That we should accept with full faith, saying that whatever Krishna is doing is for our benefit. But unfortunately, we don't understand. Of course, sometimes Krishna might be testing our desire. So we can anchor for it. That is okay. But we should not be disappointed. We should not feel lost or like our attempts failed. It's just Krishna is saying, giving up? Giving up so soon? Then he wants to intensify our desire. So sometimes Krishna will test us. Sometimes tests might seem easy, sometimes tests might be difficult. But he is with us. That much we should not doubt that. And nothing is unknown to him. Yesterday in Bhagavad Gita, Kshetragnam Chapi Mam Vidyam Sarvakshetreshu Bharata. The individual souls are proprietors of their individual bodies, but the Supreme Lord is the proprietor of all bodies. Since he is the witness of everyone's body, nothing is unknown to him. He knows what we need, he knows what we want, he knows what we desire, everything he knows. Our duty, therefore, is to execute devotional service sincerely. Again, sincere. Under the direction of the spiritual master. Krishna, by his grace, will supply whatever we need in executing our devotional service, not whatever we need. And devotees don't even desire for anything else. Only thing devotees desire is, body and soul together, healthy state, like Bhagavatam says, Jiveta Labho Jiveta Yavata. Labho Jiveta Yavata. What should be the desire? Jiveta. Yes, we should be alive. That desire we can have. That is not contrary against pure devotion. But pure devotees don't even ask that also. Say you like Prahlad, if you want me to die, I am ready to die. Want me to be in this body, I will be in this body. Just go on executing devotion service. No question mark. No asking. Spiritually desiring. I want to clarify because many devotees have been asking me saying that, oh, we can't do. And we ask for spiritual desire. No, don't have to ask. Just desire. Just desire. It's okay. It's enough. You can also ask also if you want. But it's the same thing. When we are desiring, why should we ask? Desire is enough. But don't ask. Try not to ask. We are so used to asking. So we keep on asking Krishna, this, Krishna, that, Krishna. Why can't we just say Krishna and stop? Just Krishna. Okay. We took the name of the Lord. That's all. Over. No, because we have some desires, we have some expectations. We pray to Krishna. Krishna, please do like this. Krishna, do like that. You devotees don't ask. No. So he will provide whatever is required for executing devotional service. And for that executing devotional service, it might mean a lot. Like we've been, few of us, Ayasu, Devesh, and myself, we've been busy trying to set up a studio for recording classes, etc. And every time there is some new challenge. Then every time Krishna solves, gives intelligence. So whatever we need now for executing that devotional service, Krishna will give. We've been like spending left, right, and center. Every day we've been spending. But we feel that Krishna will provide. If it is required, he will provide. If it is not required, if it is just our craziness, then he might put a break also. In the Krishna consciousness movement, we simply have to execute the order of Krishna and Guru. Then all necessities will be supplied by Krishna, even if we do not ask for them. Prabhupada is very clearly saying, don't ask. Just do. Desire, do. Desire, do. Whatever is required, Krishna will provide it. When the time comes, he will provide. Don't hurry him up. Don't try to pressurize him. Krishna, 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 Krishna. It's a time has not come, time has not come, time has not come. That itself, and that we are so running behind Krishna, that might mean multiple things. We don't have faith that Krishna will provide. Or it might be that we have too much intense desire. But even if we have too much intense desire, we should wait for mercy. We can't demand mercy. We have to wait, patiently wait. Aham giritrascha suradaya ye dakshadayogner iva ketavaste kimva vidamesha pruthak vibhata vibhatsvasham no dvija deva mantram. I, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all the demigods, accompanied by the Prajapatis like Daksha, are nothing but sparks illuminated by you for the original fire. Even Brahma, Shiva, they're all like sparks in front of Supreme Lord. Since we are particles of you, what can we understand about our welfare? See, they are saying this. Brahma is saying, what do we know about our welfare? And we think that we know our welfare. So again, this also shows saying that don't ask from Krishna. We don't know what is our welfare. He knows what is our welfare. He will do the needful. Don't ask. O Supreme Lord, please give us the means of deliverance that is suitable for the Brahmanas and demigods. See, this is the difference now. The Devatas, like, though they have been saying, what is unknown to you, still they are praying. But pure devotees will learn from this, saying that no, I won't pray. I won't ask. Krishna knows. Krishna knows. In this word, the word Dvija Deva Mantram is very important. The word mantra means that which delivers one from this material world. Only the Dvijas, the Brahmanas, and the Devas, the demigods, can be delivered from material existence by the instructions of the Supreme Personality. Got it? Only Dvijas and Devas can be delivered. So, Prabhupada is necessarily not using the word Vaishnava here, because we have to become Dvijas, and we also have to develop all good qualities. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatyating akinchana sarvair gunayes tatra samasate suraha. Sura means demigods. So we develop all good qualities that are there in demigods. Demigods have some bad qualities also. We should not develop them, or they don't develop. Because this is automatic development. Whatever is spoken by the Supreme Lord is a mantra and is suitable for delivering the conditioned souls from mental speculation. Whatever is spoken is a mantra. Conditioned souls are engaged in a struggle for existence. Manasasthani indriyani prakritisthani karshati. Karshati means struggle, fight. Deliverance from this struggle constitutes the highest benefit. But unless one gets a mantra from the Supreme Person of Godhead, deliverance is impossible. The beginning mantra is Gayatri mantra. Therefore, after purification, when one is qualified to become a Brahmana, is offered the Gayatri mantra. Simply by chanting the Gayatri mantra, one can be delivered. This mantra, however, is suitable only for the Brahmanas and demigods. In Kali Yuga, we are all in a very difficult position in which we need a suitable mantra that can deliver us from the dangers of this age. Therefore, the Supreme Lord, in his incarnation as Lord Chaitanya, gave us the Hare Krishna mantra. So we don't have to worry. But, oh, I don't have Gayatri. I have not become qualified Brahmana. So then I can't get liberated. No, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is far more powerful than Gayatri. Gayatri Mantra can enable this process. That's all. But Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is independently sufficient. In his Shikshastaka, Chaitanya says, Lord Chaitanya says, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtana. All glories to the chanting of Shri Krishna Sankirtana. The Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is directly chanted by the Lord himself. By whom? By Lord Chaitanya, who gives us this mantra for deliverance. We cannot invent any means to be delivered from the dangers of material existence. Here, even the demigods such as Lord Brahma and Shiva and the Prajapati such as Daksha are said to be like illuminating sparks in the presence of the Supreme Lord, who is compared to a great fire. Sparks are beautiful as long as they are in the fire. Similarly, we have to remain in the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and always engage in devotion service. For then we shall always be brilliant and illuminating. Tejas. We were constantly in touch with Krishna, and we'll also become brilliant and effulgent. As soon as we fall from the service of the Lord, our brilliance and illumination will immediately be extinguished, or at least stopped for some time. When we living entities who are like sparks of the original fire, the Supreme Lord, fall into a material condition, we must take the mantra from the Supreme Personality of Godhead as it is offered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, we shall be delivered from all difficulties of this material world. So, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is enough for deliverance. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the only opportunity for developing love of Krishna. There is no other mantra. There is no other mantra. Hare Nama, eva kevalam kalav nasteva gatiranga. But we have to chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra offenselessly. If we chant with offenses, then there is no hope, because it will then take lifetimes. But we have to chant offenselessly, and we've been saying this offenseless chanting means no inattention and no aham and mama. If you can give up these two, chant with attention. Now actually, so we've been discussing one situation where concentration on chanting is getting affected. Now one thing that is coming to my mind is that if we develop attachment to the Nama, then the inattention will go. Meaning, then we are not so much bothered about what is going on around us. Which means that we should possibly chant the Nama with some affection. Because when we are chanting with affection, when we are talking to somebody with affection, we might not be able, we might not pay attention to things around us. Maybe something to think about. So we should develop that, affection to the Nama. That when I'm chanting Hare Krishna, it's Radha and Krishna. So if we can remember saying that when I'm chanting Hare Krishna, it's not different from Radha and Krishna, then it must be like if Radha and Krishna are in front of us, how will we be distracted? How will we even turn if somebody calls us? Will we go? We won't go. Even if somebody calls us, even somebody is calling out of, maybe some danger or something, we will not go. We're just there because the Lord is there. So maybe Krishna is testing. Maybe Krishna is pushing to go further into our chanting. But Hare Krishna Mahamantra is everything. And we need to put all the effort. And I'm happy actually, I'm seeing some of our devotees here trying to put more effort to chant. While initially they were not, putting that much effort. Today, at least in the association of other devotees, everybody is trying. Everybody is trying hard to improve their chanting. And those who are not even trying at all, they really don't seem to understand. They are not serious. Maybe they are thinking that I'm going to be alive forever. It is not the case. I see devotees, these things we have to understand. 4 devotees are sitting together, and then one devotee feels, little bit hot temperature. So then they go and put on the fan. Now, when we are going and putting on the fan, did we think what about the other devotees? Will they want fan or will they not want fan? I'm saying these things we should understand, saying that our consciousness, this consciousness has to increase. It's not about ourselves. Not just, okay, there's a fan, there's a switch, let me put it on. Now, if you want that way something and everybody else is comfortably chanting in an environment, then you go somewhere else where you want fan or you want whatever. Anyway, so the point is that our focus has to be on the chanting, not on our body. There is heat, there is cold, there is this, there is that. Okay, we should not necessarily intentionally put ourselves into inconvenience, but little inconvenience should be tolerated. Should be tolerated. Should be tolerated. Trinadapi sunichena. This is the Trina mood. Little inconvenience should be tolerated. Give more importance to others. Then that importance being given to the body will reduce. If you always keep giving importance to the body, then you can't come out of it. But at the same time, some devotees are overly transcendental, so I have to be careful when I tell classes, right? Then they'll just forget their body, and then everybody else in the house will be following. So you have to be careful, be responsible, but at the same time, you don't have to give too much focus on the body, but you have to give sufficient focus. So that the body is in functional state, that the body functions, doesn't trouble you, doesn't trouble others. But there are some who just, suddenly they're chanting, they'll start. Meaning where is the mood? Where is the mind? The mind is in that there is heat around me. So we should, and little bit okay, unless suddenly you're going to get fever by sitting in that kind of a atmosphere. It's okay. What is there? Some little bit inconvenience, right? Okay. Anyway, so the point is that Hare Krishna Mahamantra has to be chanted. Hare Krishna Mahamantra has to be chanted with focus. So every day before chanting, we say that to be chanting, you should be awake. First thing that you should not be sleeping. And then there is the begging mood. And then from the begging mood, then we can go to more level of affection for Krishna and Radha. But if it is not natural, it's okay. Prabhupada said we should learn to love Krishna. We can try. May or may not work, but we can try. It's something that our Acharya wants us to try as part of our sadhana. So we can try. Shri Shukavacha evam virinchadibhir iditastad vignaya tesham hridayam yathaiva jagada jimuta gabhira yagira Baddhanjalin Samvrta Sarvakarakan. Shukadeva Goswami continued. When the Lord was thus offered prayers by the demigods headed by Lord Brahma, he understood the purpose for which they had approached him. Therefore, in a deep voice that resembled the rumbling of clouds, the Lord replied to the demigods, who all stood there attentively with folded hands, not looking at their WhatsApp messages. Krishna is there in front of us, then we'll be talking. Krishna is there in the form of Nama, we'll be sleeping. But demigods are very, very alert. They know the Supreme Lord is now manifesting to answer their prayers, so they're all attentively standing with folded hands. And can you imagine what is the voice of the Lord? Rumbling of clouds. What will it be like? We should put it in Chat GPT and check. In that, how will one sound if his voice is sounding like rumbling of clouds? We can figure out what it is. Like it can be deep, but rumbling means this is Krishna. You can see it. Eka eveshwarastasmin surakkarye sureshwarah vihartu kamastan aha samudron mathanadibihi. Although the Supreme Lord, the Master of the demigods, was capable of performing the activities of the demigods by himself, he wanted to enjoy pastimes in churning the ocean. Therefore, he spoke as follows. He could do everything. Nimitta matram bhava sabyasacha. He Bhagavan vacha anta brahmannaho shambho edeva mama bhashitam shunuvata vahita sarve shreyo vah syad yatha suraha. Supreme Person of Godhead said, O Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and other demigods, please hear me with great attention, for what I say will bring good fortune for all of you. Supreme Lord is saying that whatever I will say will bring good fortune for all of you. Don't doubt it. It might seem contrary, it might seem out of the box, it might seem unusual for you, right? But don't doubt it. It will bring good fortune for all of you. Yathadanava daiteyais tavat sandhir vidhiyatam kalenaanugrahi grihitaistair yavat bo bhava atmanaha. As long as you are not flourishing, you should make a truce with the demons and asuras who are now being favored by time. One word in this verse has two readings, kalena and kavyena. Kalena means favored by time. Kavyena means favored by Shukracharya. Shukracharya being the spiritual master of the Daityas. The demons and Daityas were favored in both ways. Therefore, the demigods were advised by the Supreme Lord to execute a truce for the time being until time favored them. See, this is Supreme Lord himself, who is the controller of time, is telling demigods, wait for the right time. So we should wait for the right time. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Krishna knows what is the best time, what he needs to do, when, what. So, what could have said, okay, I'll fix it right away. No, he said, no, wait. And his waiting also doesn't mean that he doesn't have control over time. He also wants to build faith in the devotees. Right? Wait. You have faith to wait? Yes, Krishna. Okay, then wait. अरयोऽपि हि सन्धेयाः सति कार्यार्थ गौरवे अहिमूषिकवद्देव व्यर्थस्य पदवीं गतैः. Oh demigods, fulfilling one's own interest is so important that one may even have to make truce with one's enemies. For the sake of one's self-interest, one has to act according to the logic of the snake and the mouse. Now, this self-interest is not extended self-interest; it is survival self-interest. So, what is the logic of snake and mouse? Prabhupada is explaining. A snake and a mouse were once caught in a basket. Now, since the mouse is food for the snake, this was a good opportunity for the snake. Snake could have eaten the mouse. However, since both of them were caught in the basket, even if the snake ate the mouse, the snake would not be able to get out. Therefore, the snake thought it wise to make truce with the mouse and asked the mouse to make a hole in the basket so that both of them could get out. So still here it seems okay, but then the snake had bad intention. The snake's intention was that after the mouse made the hole, the snake would eat the mouse and escape from the basket through the hole. And this is called logic of snake and mouse. And this is the material world. In some sense, Vishnu is also saying that to act like the snake now. The demons are like mouse. Meet them up. Wait for
Prabhu, your voice is breaking.
Yes.
checking for others.
Yes, Prabhuji. It's becoming low and breaking.
Can't hear.
Can't hear. Everybody facing the same problem. Or
Yes.
silent?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu.
It's low.
Okay.
In between, it is going down, Prabhuji.
Okay, we'll fix
Voice.
this. Okay. Okay, so anyway, so the logic of the snake and the mouse. So, it might seem material because the snake was self-interested, right? So it made truce with the mouse just so that it can kill it later. In that sense, the Vishnu is telling demigod, saying the demons, you have to make truce with them now. Later you can kill them or defeat them, right? But for now, it's time to make truce because time is favorable. Time is favoring them. Immediately endeavor to produce nectar, which a person who is about to die may drink to become immortal. So Vishnu is saying what needs to be done? You should endeavor to produce nectar. And he's saying how to do that. O demigods, cast into the ocean of milk all kinds of vegetables, grass, creepers, and drugs. Then with my help, making Mandara mountain the churning rod and Vasuki the rope for churning, churn the ocean of milk with undiverted attention. Thus the demons will be engaged in labor, but you, the demigods, will gain the actual result, the nectar produced from the ocean. It appears that when different kinds of drugs, creepers, grass, and vegetables are put into this milk, and the milk is churned, as milk is churned for butter, the active principles of the vegetables and drugs mix with the milk and result in nectar. Anybody wants to try? Vegetables, grass, creepers, and drugs. Don't put drugs, those drugs, then you'll like. So maybe if you put all this and churn with milk, you're going to get nectar and you can be immortal. You want to try, Shatakshi? So, and Vishnu is saying, thus the demons will be engaged in labor, but you will get the final result. So, inclination towards his devotees. Vishnu is showing. My dear demigods, with patience and peace, everything can be done. But if one is agitated by anger, the goal is not achieved. Therefore, whatever the demons ask, agree to their proposal. So, detailed instructions Vishnu is giving. And saying that, do all this. Do all this. A poison known as Kala Kuta will be generated from the ocean of milk, but you should not fear it. And when various products are churned from the ocean, you should not be greedy for them or anxious to obtain them, nor should you be angry. It appears that by the churning process, many things will be generated from the ocean of milk, including poison, valuable gems, nectar, and many beautiful women. The demigods were advised, however, not to be greedy for the gems or beautiful women, but to wait patiently for the nectar. The real purpose was to get the nectar. And yeah, so in this we will see that demon suddenly lost focus, right? As soon as Mohini Murti came, they lost focus. Their focus till then was on the nectar, but as soon as she came, their focus went to Mohini Murti. So Vishnu is saying, don't get distracted. You know, some things which might attract you might come, but wait patiently for the nectar. And this is true for devotees also. You know, we have to patiently wait. Suddenly seems like some very good material prospect is coming up. You know, I'll get a job. You know, I will then, earn so much money. Yes, but see what is the impact on devotion. Don't get driven by that. Maybe you're not going to get even time to do chanting. What is the use of that money? So our focus always has to be on the goal, and the goal is to achieve Krishna. Make sure that nothing will come in the middle. Nothing will distract you. Okay, so we'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so we'll stop here. If there are any questions, comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pranam.
Yeah.
I just, Prabhu, long back I was listening to a lecture from Ved Vyas Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, and Prabhu, he said the spark is, illuminated only when it's the fire. Once it's out, it gets diminished, unless it falls in a dry haystack, which catches fire. And it was a lecture about association, and somehow this just stuck in my head. And since most of the lecture was on spark and fire and association and not wanting. And Prabhu, one more thing, like even in the Karmi world, we can't demand anything from somebody unless we are close to the person or we are in the service of that person. The person in front may or may not give. I can't say, Prabhu, ye karna hi hai aapko. If I have a relation with you, loving, whatever relation, authoritatively, hatred, but the underline should be there must be a connect. If there is no connect, you can't demand, Prabhu. You can't.
Correct.
And the same goes with the Lord. He's supreme. Over there, nothing works except, you have to, you can't demand, you have to be submissive. Unless you're so much into it, like Yashoda Ma, the go, where you can say, nahi, karna hai aapko. You can't, like how a child demands from his parents or teachers or close friends, unless you're in that position. So this is so true even in material life, Prabhu.
Yeah, the only thing, Mataji, here to be considered is that pure devotees are really close to Krishna, but
they never
maybe
demand.
They don't consider themselves, consider that they are close, and hence they don't demand when they are here. But when they go to Goloka, possibly that external humility goes off and they become so naturally attached to the Lord that they might demand. Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
No, it was just when you're reading, Prabhu, a lot of these thoughts come in. When you yourself read, nothing comes. You're so blank. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for being there. Hare Krishna. Then pronounce to everybody.
Anything else? Anybody?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah, Chitru, you had something?
Yeah. Like you're mentioning about the desire part, and we should have desire and greed.
Yeah.
But even after performing devotional service for some time, why this desire is not deep rooted towards devotional?
So see, desire has nothing to do with how much devotional service we have been doing, right? Because see, desire is a function of the heart, okay, and desire can very instantly be awakened if you hear from those devotees who have desire. So the key actually, so there are only two things, right? Either we have already made so much progress in our last life that we directly come to the stage of desire, which may not happen to all of us. But what can happen to all of us is to hear from a devotee who has desire. That is the opportunity that ISKCON gives us. Right? And if suppose we have not made so much progress ourselves, and we also don't get the opportunity to hear from such devotees or associate with those devotees who have desire, then it might become slow. It might seem slow. Even then, third option is to associate with Prabhupada in his books. Right? And Prabhupada's purports are like this, it's like very, very powerful. It can awaken, just single statements might just make us put us into one, whirlpool. We're just like thinking, saying that, okay, why no desire? Why no desire? And then suddenly we'll start anchoring. Krishna, I want to develop spiritual desire. Krishna, I want to develop spiritual desire. Now that itself is the beginning of desire. So Prabhupada's purports are like that, they can change. Just single statements can completely change us. So which is why I keep, highlighting, saying read. As much as possible, read Prabhupada's books with full attention. Right? And that is the reason why we don't want to do a pravachan. We want to do reading. Because it will help us understand so many statements, beautiful statements that Prabhupada writes, that somehow, like Mataji was saying, if we all read individually, these things don't seem to appeal to us at all. But they're supposed to appeal. And because Prabhupada said that these are my devotional ecstasies. So when we read in the association of devotees, and to me, like very simple, like when I am giving class, I am inspired by the devotion of devotees, which is why it depends on who's sitting in front of me or who interacted with me. Something will remain in my head, and that will trigger me to speak about some things, or some aspects of the purport suddenly seems to become more important. All this is actually inspiration by the Lord, right? So it is important to actually be in the association of, and we have to be in the association of pure devotees. This is very, very important. Even if the pure devotees are not super advanced, just the fact that they are pure itself is conducive for our spiritual progress. And automatically desire will come. It is very difficult not to have desire if we are seriously studying Prabhupada's books.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, just one.
Yeah.
Now, when you're saying association, I mean, okay, like, Prabhu, like, this is my experience and nothing to, Prabhu, when I'm into your classes, I have a very different feel, and a very, I'm not saying to what degree, I mean, how pure, I'm not going into all that at all. But I have a very different connect with the verse, with the reading class. Though it is, the class is more stronger, more, I won't say harsh, more, to the point, blank, and you're hammering. And when I come out, it's a very different feel altogether. And then when I'm in I'm in the association of different this thing, I have a very, a very more fun like, more, the seriousness is lacking. Even the half an hour, 1 hour I'm attending, Prabhu, I'm more absorbed in this class. I mean, and it could be because you're saying a
This is
pure
waiting time.
devotee, a better devotee, a senior devotee, whatever you call it, it is your association.
I was waiting till the
Thank
end of
you.
your. I was
Thank
waiting till
you.
the end of your sentence to see when I'm going to get hammered.
No,
Okay.
Prabhu, you're not getting hammered. Are you? I'm sorry.
No.
I'm
I'm just
really
kidding.
sorry.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
I
Yeah.
said,
See, that
I'm
is the
sure.
mood.
I'm
Somehow
sure.
that Prabhupada's books, that is the
And
mood I got.
I'm sure all the devotees there, I'm openly talking, and most of them, they are there because they feel this. And I'm a latecomer.
No, they don't have any option, Mantaji.
Okay,
Caught.
everybody has an option, Prabhu, but we are caught or not caught.
Hare Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
As you just now was telling, Pranam Prabhuji, reading, that Mother correctly said, when alone we are reading, which is either we have to patience read twice, thrice to understand what Prabhupada wants to say in perfect. And if like when we are reading an association like three in class here, that stuck to our mind because our mind is on who's speaking. But when we are reading, our mind goes somewhere here, there. Sometimes that also makes a difference. So
Yeah.
either we should go on first read, then again, suppose it is not striking, then we again do it. Then it will inspire us. Prabhupada purpose actually.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And one thing actually I also try when I am reading myself
Yeah.
is to read loudly. Actually,
Okay.
this one thing I've seen which makes a big difference. Most
Right.
devotees read in their mind. And actually, we are not putting our 100% in that reading. We should read like we are reading to somebody else.
Okay. Okay. I
Though it
understood
will
now.
take a lot of energy, but
Yeah.
it will make a big difference. It is
Like,
like trust. It is like
like,
we are speaking to somebody.
like chanting, we are just here.
Yeah. We should read like I'm reading loudly.
Yeah.
We should also read loudly, and we should think that we are speaking to somebody else.
Right, bro.
Right?
Right.
Then automatically there are certain things which will suddenly become important for us.
I
In mind
never,
reading, I have seen actually, even for me, it doesn't work that well.
I never can actually heard this thing. Actually, thank you. This can
Loud
try
reading
to.
can be very effective.
Yeah. I'll try to do
Okay.
something there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hare
And
Krishna,
say,
thank you.
Prabhu Mataji are so senior to me, and they say I will try. I hope I'll also retain this humility in my life sometime.
No, Prabhu, it's not a question of seniority or anything. It's a question of learning. You can learn from anybody, and you are somebody to look up to and learn. So seniority in ages doesn't count, Prabhu.
Yes.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you so much. Anything else, anybody? Otherwise, we can close.
Ji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Mancha kalpatarubhyashta kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namo Koti Vaishnavi ki jai, Samudra Manthan ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.